Picture a tense, shadowy night in ancient Israel, a time when the nation is on the edge of a massive battle and its king is unraveling. We're diving into a strange, eerie story from the Bible, found in 1 Samuel chapter 28, verses 3 to 25. It's called the Witch of Endor, and it's about a desperate king, a forbidden meeting, and a glimpse into the supernatural. This tale is gripping, a little spooky, and packed with lessons about fear, faith, and the consequences of our choices. Let's step into this mysterious moment and see what it's all about. Our story starts with King Saul, Israel's first king. He's in a tough spot. Philistines, Israel's enemies, are gathering a huge army to attack. They're camped at Shunem, and Saul's army is facing them at Gilboa. The stakes are high. Lose this battle, and Israel could fall. Saul's desperate for guidance, but there's a problem. God's not answering him. Not through prophets, not through dreams, not even through the priests. Saul's feeling alone, scared, and out of options. Now here's some context. Earlier in his reign, Saul banned all mediums and spiritists from Israel. These were people who claimed to talk to the dead, something God's law strictly forbade. It was a good move back. Then Saul was trying to keep Israel faithful to God. But now, with his back against the wall, he's not so sure. He's heard about a woman in Endor, a medium who's still practicing in secret. In a moment of panic, Saul decides to break his own rule and seek her out. It's a risky move, and it sets the stage for something wild. So, Saul puts on a disguise, plain clothes, no royal robes to avoid being recognized. He takes 2 trusted men and sneaks off to Endor under the cover of darkness. Imagine it, the king of Israel, creeping through the hills, heart pounding, knowing he's about to do something forbidden. They reach the woman's house, probably a small, unassuming place, maybe with herbs hanging outside and a flickering lamp inside. Saul knocks, and the woman, cautious, opens the door. "I need you to summon a spirit for me," Saul says. The woman's immediately suspicious. "Are you crazy?" she replies. "The king banned that stuff. If I get caught, I'm dead." Saul swears an oath, promising no harm will come to her. "I just need to speak to someone who's gone," he says. Reluctantly, she agrees. "Who do you want me to bring up?" she asks. Saul's voice is low. "Samuel the prophet." Now, Samuel was the prophet who anointed Saul as king, the guy who guided Israel with God's words. But Samuel's been dead for a while. Now the woman begins her ritual, maybe chanting, maybe using incense. The Bible doesn't say exactly how. Suddenly, something happens that shocks her. She cries out, "Why did you trick me, your Saul?" Maybe she sees something that reveals his identity, or maybe the spirit she's summoning scares her. Either way, she's freaked out. Saul calms her down, urging her to keep going. "What do you see?" he asks. Her voice trembles. "I see a spirit coming up from the ground, an old man in a robe." Saul knows it's Samuel. He bows low, face to the ground, desperate for answers. What happens next is chilling. The spirit of Samuel speaks, and he's not happy. "Why have you disturbed me?" he asks. Saul pours out his fears. "The Philistines are closing in. God's silent. I don't know what to do." Samuel's response is blunt. "God's turned away from you because you disobeyed him," he says. "You didn't follow his commands, like when you spared the Amalekites against his orders. Because of that, God's given the kingdom to David. Tomorrow, you and your sons will die in battle, and Israel will lose to the Philistines." It's a gut punch. Saul collapses, terrified, his worst fears confirmed. Saul's a wreck, shaking, too weak to stand. He hasn't eaten all day, and the weight of Samuel's words has crushed him. The woman sees this, and despite everything, shows compassion. She's like, "Look, I did what you asked. Now eat something, or you won't make it." Saul refuses at first, but his men and the woman insist. She prepares a meal bread and a freshly slaughtered calf, a real sacrifice for a poor woman. Saul eats, gathers himself, and leaves with his men as the sun starts to rise. It's a quiet, heavy moment. The next day, just as Samuel predicted, Saul and his sons die in battle against the Philistines. So, what's this strange story telling us? It's not just about a spooky encounter or a king's bad choices. It's about what happens when we let fear and desperation drive us away from what's right. Saul knew consulting a medium was wrong. God's law was clear about that. But when he felt abandoned, he turned to something forbidden instead of trusting God. It's a warning. When life gets tough, we stick to our values, or do we take shortcuts that lead us astray? The story also shows God's bigger plan. Samuel's message was King Saul had already lost God's favor because of his disobedience. The encounter just confirmed it. It's a reminder that our choices have consequences, and God's truth doesn't bend even when we're desperate. Yet there's a glimmer of humanity here too. The woman of Endor, despite her questionable job, shows kindness to Saul in his lowest moment. It's a small act, but it hints that even in dark times, compassion can shine through. And let's talk about the supernatural part. The Bible doesn't often dive into stuff like spirits or mediums, and this story raises questions. Was it really Samuel's spirit or something else? Scholars debate it, but the story's point isn't the mechanics, it's the message. Saul sought answers outside of God and got a harsh truth instead. It challenges us to think, where do we turn when we're lost? To quick fixes, or to something deeper and truer? The Witch of Endor is one of those Bible stories that sticks with you, mysterious, intense, and a little unsettling. It's about a king who let fear override faith, a woman caught in a risky moment, and a glimpse of God's unchanging justice. It asks us to look at our own lives. When we're scared or stuck, do we trust in what's right, or do we chase answers in the wrong places? If you want to dig into this one yourself, check out 1 Samuel, chapter 28, verses 3 to 25. Think about it. What guides you when the stakes are high? Thanks for joining me on this haunting journey through the Bible. Until next time, stay thoughtful and take care.